So, Phil, thank you for talking to us again today. Good win today, fresh look to the team as well. I think you mentioned on Thursday there'll be an opportunity for a few people to get some time on the pitch, and you were certainly true to your word, weren't you?
I don't think I'm here to tell lies or pull any punches. I think the squad in itself is the only reason that we'll get out the trouble that we're in. It won't be the first 11 all the time. If you keep on putting the first 11 out, fatigue will take care of itself and people will be pulling up with injuries, etc, etc. So we need that. Many managers have said competition for places for sure. You know, I can see Luca Miller just running behind you there, but you look at the front two, that put a marker down today. I thought the movement was good, I thought the movement was clever, a change of system. We had a trialist, if you want to call it, the big lad at the back, and now all I was saying to the players is, you know, give him an opportunity for him to get a contract at the football club. You know, he's 6'6". He's a threat at set pieces. He's a left footer. He can handle the ball. I spoke long and hard on Thursday night with Darren Moore, and who trialled him pre-season. It was only the pre-season that he had missed was the only reason he didn't take him. Because when you think blindfold, you think left footer, 6'6", and can head the ball and can play. It's a no-brainer that you're going to have a look at him. But I had an opportunity to look at him in a game tonight or today, and he's come through. You know, he had to limp out, if you want to call it, or intercept the fatigue factor, so he didn't pull up with an injury. But you know, there's lots of things to like about today. But again, I'm going back to the fundamentals of playing football. I play football because I love the game. I manage now at 66 because I still love the game. I think I've got one or two players in the change room that don't love the game as much as what I do, you know, and consequently when you're reporting on Thursday and train, and then you can't play on Saturday, I just don't quite get that one, you know. I just don't understand it, especially when you're in the team. I'd actually named the team, can you believe this? I named the team on Thursday night, and I've made 2 changes. With a change of somebody in a personnel, was changed from a centre-back to a midfield player today, before the game. Now that's poor understanding of what it takes to win a game of football, understanding of what it takes to manage a game of football. Set pieces. I was talking to David Pleat on Tuesday or Wednesday when I was at Peterborough United under 23s, and David Pleat was saying to me, how do you manage to squeeze the time in part-time? It's so difficult because there's so much information and so much knowledge required to try and win a game of football from set pieces alone, if you want to call it that. But shape is important. I nicked probably 20 minutes of shape in the warm-up, whether they were watching or anybody was watching. I'm not bothered. I needed to get, it was more important that I got the shape into the team because of the change in personnel. But thanks for asking the question, and I think they've made my job very, very difficult for Tuesday night now, because there's a lot of them put a marker down for the play Tuesday.
Indeed, I mean, some of the build-up play in the first half, very accomplished first half, I thought, and some of the build-up play was some of the best I think we've seen all season. And you know, that was really pleasing to see.
I think there's the surface first and foremost, knowing the opposition and what system they play. You know, that goes down to the analysis and the preparation for the game. It's as good as we have been before, you know, at league level. So when you've got that preparation, as a player, you'd be foolish not to take that on board, you know. So the analysis of the opposition, the analysis of why we're playing the way we're playing, and our out ball was probably going to be in the first half Elliot Whitehouse, but they did something about that, and consequently Elliot couldn't get out in the second half. But when you hit the front man earlier, it was sticking, it was going in with a little bit of quality. Shaq Culthurst, he's been desperate, and I mean desperate for the play, and he's got his opportunity, albeit before the game he would have been looking at the surface thinking, not really for me this one, but he got 80-85 minutes under his belt, same with Boothie, you know, and I just want them to put markers down, and lo and behold, the substitute came in and reminded them on that you've got to score goals. If you're playing 9 and 10, you've got to score goals, and Ben Beresford came on and did that.
Well, that was it. We spoke about how we were both desperate for Shaq to have a good game. We said that before the game. I thought his first touch was fabulous.
Yes. Second one on one occasion wasn't the best.
yeah.
But Shaq will understand that. He'll know.
And but is it fair to say that once again, Phil, we haven't killed teams off when we're on top? You know, maybe we should have had that game won well before all the drama at the end.
It's a good thought process, but until you start winning things and winning games on a regular basis, then the killer instinct doesn't quite come along until you maybe got that killer instinct that's inherent in your system because you've got the personnel to do that, you know. I still think at times we're a little bit nice as a group. We need to be nasty in certain situations. You okay? We need to be nasty in certain situations. The majority of them situations are moments when it's 1-0. But again, I've got to question the penalty. I just don't see it, you know. I mean, referees, they're up against it. It doesn't matter what level you're playing. They're up against it, and I think they do their damnedest to manage the game properly, you know. But the penalty is such a nothing penalty. That's 2 we've had now. But the first one we've lost against Peterborough. This game we've went on to win the game, and it was Muzza who was involved. And look who, if you want to call it that, look who scored the winning goal. It was created by Muzza. Ben Beresford put it in, and it was his man from the corner.
And a great cross, it's got to be said, from
great
Muzza
cross.
as well.
Muzza's quality's there for everybody to see. It's trying to get him through and navigate him through 90 minutes of football. That's the hard part. But he's just come back from a little bit of bronchitis, you know, from last weekend. So I'm glad he got 35-40 minutes today, and I think he is as well. But he needs to get fitter and stronger. But he's probably only carrying one lung at the moment, which is not very nice as a player. You need both of them out there. When you've got a Phil Brown team playing, you need to run first and foremost, and then play after.
It was a bit of a cagey start, wasn't it, right at the beginning? It may be understandably so because of so many new faces and people a bit nervous maybe, but just really impressed with the way we got into the game quickly and really bossed that first half totally.
Connor Wood came back from a 2-game suspension and slotted into a 3-man centre-back, a trailist, if you want to call Kevin a trailist, slotted into a 3-man centre-back, but he was ably supported by Aaron Powell and Connor Wood either side of him. And then you've got a right-footed wing-back playing left-hand side, and you've got a right winger playing right-hand side. So everybody wasn't a round peg in a round hole, you know. There was a lot of difference there was a lot of change. The most important part was we had 3 midfield players that were round pegs, round holes, and 2 strikers. So our front 5, if you like, went on to win the game for us, which is great, fantastic. But the boys that played at the back, all to a man, every one of them came in and complained about the fact that we didn't keep a clean sheet, and it was down to the fact that we've conceded from a corner, but we lacked inches. You know, when we lost the big man, we lacked some stature, we lacked some size, and it's probably the main reason why they scored from a set piece. But the penalty to go wide, and you know, maybe there's a God, you know, and he's looking down upon us and saying, well, hold on a second, they've done enough to win a game of football here, and I thought we had.
Let's just pick up on a couple of those players you just mentioned there. First of all, we thought it was a little bit puzzling, the substitution, but you've explained why Kevin Joshua came off. But Aaron Powell slotted into the middle there and made a superb block towards the end there on about 80 minutes.
Powell's a defender, you know, he wears the number 3, and quite often you can tell the 2, the 3, the 5, the 6 back in the day, they were the defenders who wanted to defend. They look at the number on their back and they wear it with pride, you know, so they stop the number 9 playing, they stop the number 10 playing, the 7 and the 11, they prevent them from crossing, etc, etc. When you get that attitude mentality as a group, you've got a great chance of keeping clean sheets. But I'm still waiting for my first clean sheet. When it comes along, I'll be celebrating, I tell you, because you know, that's the way we're going to get out of the trouble that we're in. You know, we need clean sheets, we need clean sheet mentality, and don't get away from the amount of effort that we've put in today, but it's down to a change of personnel and the mentality, the reason why we won the game.
And a super goal from Connor Wood, must have been all of 30 yards. He's come back into the team today, and it was a fabulous goal. We were right behind it.
It's almost repayment for the red card. I mean, the red card was farcical, as we well know, but we went on to win that game. But Connor must have been looking from the touchlines thinking, do they need me? And then today he put a marker down saying they do need me. Stepped in as a centre-back. That's the part, you know, as a centre-back. When you step in, you're actually saying to the striker, are you going to chase me? Because as a full-back, when you step in, the wingers in front of you. But as a centre-forward, are you going to chase me? And Connor just went, and he went, and he went, and it opened up, and he hit it. And looked like a fantastic strike from where I was sitting. I was just waiting for the net to burst, and it did. Yeah,
it was great. And finally, have to mention Sam Edwards, called into the team again today. When your tenure began here, he had the shirt because Crookie was injured. Again, a really assured performance today. I don't think I've ever seen a cooler goalkeeper. He does everything so well, doesn't he?
No, I like him. I like him very much. There's lots to like about his distribution. I know his left foot in that catches the eye, but He can distribute the ball some distance if he wants to, and like I say, he looks composed. He's made it difficult for me. Forget about the experience of Crookie. Somebody, doesn't matter who it is, young man behind you there, Luca Miller, grabs the shirt, he keeps it. As far as I'm concerned, it's got nothing to do with age. He just keeps it because of performance, and I think he's put a marker down tonight. So I've got a big decision to make on Tuesday night for sure. Yeah,
well, Tuesday then, another long trip to Darlington this time. Back in the league.
Short journey, man. Come on, North East. South Shield's a long journey. Darlington's halfway.
Okay, so back in the league action then. We nearly need to take this momentum from today into the league, don't we, and get some points from that.
We're sort of fits and starts at the moment. We are win 2, lose 2, win 1. I don't want to lose 1. I want to get some kind of understanding of the group, and I've only been here 2 months, and I brought in 6 or 7 players, which is great. But there's 1 or 2 that's already in the camp that's impressing me. There's no doubt about it. The goalkeeper being one of them. So I've got to pick the right team, the right system, and the right mentality to go and get something from the game against Darlington. We'll go there and try and win the game, there's no doubt about it, but if we can get a point, that ain't a bad point. But it's one of them where we've got to go there with a mentality that 1, clean sheet, 2, get something from the game, 3, if we can win it, we'll be a happy bunch.
Fabulous, thank you, congratulations today. Short trip home for you today.
Thank you, 20 minutes
home nice and early.
20 minutes down the road, see you later.
Brilliant, thank you, Phil.